In this video, we'll be looking at suppliers. If you are running stock control in your system, you need to set up the suppliers so you can receive stock from these suppliers. The suppliers are set up under the maintenance menu in back office. Firstly, go to the maintenance menu and then the supplier list. You'll see here we have a list of all our suppliers. In this screen, we can add new suppliers and edit current suppliers. To add a new supplier, simply click on the Add New Supplier and then fill in the information. If I edit one of these suppliers, you'll see the details that we store for each supplier. On this screen, we have the supplier name, the date created, and a supplier number. This number can also be on your purchase orders as your customer number for this supplier. We can set a supplier inactive, and below this we have the address details. Clicking on this once shows the details that we have for this supplier. Looking further, we see we have linked file. This is the same as what's used in products and accounts. It gives us the ability to link a file on your computer to this supplier. Typically, this might be the contract or the terms and conditions that you have with this supplier. Below this, we see comment, where you can type in a comment for this supplier. This might be the payment details or anything like this. Further on, we have the default delivery. Now, this comment will be added automatically to any purchase order that you create for this supplier. On each purchase order, you can override this default delivery comment with a different one for each purchase order. Further on, we have invoice due days. Although the system does not do an accounts payable function, it can still create a default due date for each invoice based on the receipt of the purchase order. Below this, we see a cost change % audit. This is very powerful, and what it will do is, based on this percentage that you set, any product's cost that has increased by more than this percentage will automatically create an audit within the system. This audit can then create an alert that can be sent to you to warn you that the supplier has increased their costs beyond what you would wish. For more information on audits and alerts, please see the video based on audits and alerts. Lastly, on this screen, we see two flags. Purchase orders require supplier number. What this means is that whenever you create a purchase order for this supplier and you print it out or send it electronically, the system will stop you unless all the products have a supplier number for this supplier, meaning that you cannot send a purchase order that doesn't have a valid supplier number. Secondly, you can have the barcode is okay as supplier number, meaning that if a purchase order is sent and a product has a supplier number, that will be used. If, however, it does not have a supplier number, the system will automatically add a barcode in its place. Below these settings, along with the OK and Cancel button, we have a View Products button. This will simply show me all the products that are in the system that are supplied by this supplier. You'll see here, these are all the products. Okay, let's see what other influences the suppliers have on the system. Firstly, let's have a look at a product and see how a supplier is set to a product. Going up in the recent items, recently we modified the Pepsi can. Let's have a look back at this product. You'll see at the top there is a button called Suppliers. This product has one supplier, and clicking on it, I see that the supplier for this Pepsi can is Schweppes. I can have multiple suppliers for this one product. You'll see I also have the supplier product code and the minimum order quantity for this supplier. I can easily edit this product code, or I can add more suppliers if I wish. Another part of the system pertaining to suppliers is in the stock reports. I can get a report on the products by supplier. This is the same report as I saw before when I was editing the supplier. However, this way I can easily jump between different suppliers and see the products that are supplied by each of these suppliers. Lastly, we'll just quickly look at the stock purchases report. This is a report that shows you all the purchases that you've made with a supplier. Once again, we're in the stock reports menu, then we go to stock purchases. There are a few different reports within this one screen. And we will just quickly look at some of the reports that we can get. Firstly, we can select either all suppliers or an individual supplier. We'll leave it at all suppliers for the moment. We can select the period, and then we can display. Firstly, what we're looking at here is each individual purchase order for all the suppliers for the current year. What we can also show is, by turning on the flag, the individual products that we have received within this period. Alternatively, we can turn off the display products and turn on the supplier totals. Once we do this, what we should be doing is also selecting the supplier totals view. Now we can see the supplier totals for this period. You'll see that I have 2 suppliers that I've purchased off within this period. This has been a quick overview of the suppliers within BPOS. If you wish to learn more about the Stock Purchases Report and other stock procedures within BPOS, there are other videos that cover the stock procedures and the stock reports.